The Western Conference is heating up more than Chris Paul when his favorite team is down 30 points. Jokes aside, there's currently an intensely close four-way race between the Thunder, the Wolves, the Nuggets, and the Clippers for the number one seed in the Western Conference. Today we ask the question, who is going to finish as the one seed and what kind of advantage will that pose come the postseason? We'll go through each team's case and then make a decision at the end. Before we get started in this video, guys, I want to thank you so much for the support recently on the channel. We are uploading every single day for the month of March. So if you're new here and enjoy NBA related content, please be sure to consider hitting that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just jump right into this with the new kids on the block, the Oklahoma City Thunder. The pros for this team are very simple. The youth allows them to play deeper into the season, whereas I'll touch on this a little bit later. I feel like a team like the Denver Nuggets may rest their guys come game 70, come game 80, and that's just because they've tasted what an NBA championship tastes like and they understand how long and grueling that postseason is. The Thunder are one of the youngest teams, definitely the youngest championship contender in the entire NBA. They've come out and shocked a lot of people, and they've never really competed other than in 2018 when they had CP3, but that was really just Shea and Lou Dort. The new names that are taking over, like Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Josh Giddey, a lot of these guys are really just, they were not around during that time, and they definitely weren't playing during that time. I mean, during this time, Chet Holmgren was still in high school. So having said this, them having the home court means a little bit more to them, obviously, than it would a team like the Clippers or the Nuggets, which leads me to the next team that feels like they could make a strong push. That is the Minnesota Timberwolves. The pros for this team are kind of just similar to the Thunders, but the main thing is that they're healthy. Compared to last season, they obviously had to battle with the Lakers last season, or last postseason, I should say, during the play-in, to even squeak in as the 8th seed, and then they obviously lost in 5 games, gentleman sweep to the Denver Nuggets. This season means something for the Timberwolves, and it's very clear that the entire operation of this season has been done with vengeance. From last season, going as the 8th seed and getting bounced in the first round to being the 1 seed this season would be absolutely huge for them from just a confidence standpoint. I really do think Anthony Edwards is the type of player to not take his foot off the gas, a really pedal to the metal kind of NBA superstar with no downside when it comes to his confidence. I've said this once on this channel and I'll say it a lot more. Anthony Edwards' confidence just radiates beyond what he does on the court. Just the way he carries himself in interviews, he's very savvy for a young man. You guys got to remember, he's only 22 years old compared to a lot of the other young stars. Shea and Anthony Edwards kind of share this aspect of young guards that are really just about their business and are trying to put on for their respective organizations. Next, we have the Denver Nuggets, and personally, while they do pose a big threat to the number 1 seed, I just think that the cons outweigh the pros in this situation, and that's that the Denver Nuggets, like I said kind of in the beginning of this video, they know what it takes to win an NBA championship, and they know they don't have to finish as the 1 seed. It's not dire. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., these are guys that, you know, kind of battle with injuries on and off. If resting them or putting them on a minute restriction at game 70 or game 75, you know, just so the last week or two of the season they're ready to go and primed for the postseason, I think to them at this stage in all of their careers, I think that means a little bit more than if they're going to, you know, push their players to their wits' end, if you will, just because they are coming off the longest consecutive stretch of basketball other than the Miami Heat, because they made the NBA Finals. And then finally, we have the Los Angeles Clippers, and this is an interesting one because to me, it seems as if they're in a little bit of a similar situation or state, if you will, as the Denver Nuggets, where they have older guys, you know, James, Kawhi, and Paul, they're not getting any younger. Russell Westbrook, they're not getting any younger. But they have more to play for than someone like the Nuggets, who are coming off an NBA championship appearance and victory in the end of it. The thing with the Clippers is they have a new arena being built next year, and that obviously, as you guys can assume, is not cheap. Making the finals or being the 1 seed, it does a lot for season ticket holders. It does a lot for jersey sales. The postseason, they're grossing much more on concession and many other things. It wouldn't shock me if the Clippers, you know, pulled it out and said, hey, Kawhi Leonard's going to be on that minute restriction. this, that, and the other. But you think back to last season, and I know they were fighting more for the 6 seed and to be out of the play-in, be the 5 seed, be out of the play-in. Obviously, the Warriors, the Suns, and the Clippers were kind of all dealing with that last season. If you guys think back, though, I remember there was a game against the Suns where the Suns had none of their starters playing, and Kawhi ended up playing like 42 minutes, which eventually led to him tearing his meniscus in the first round. So all this being said, as we mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm going to make a prediction. I think the Timberwolves are going to finish as the 1 seed. They have a ton of vengeance this season, and this season is more than just a statement for them. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they ended up winning the entire NBA championship. They are one of the most sound NBA teams in all of basketball. They're one of the most underrated teams, one of the most underrated championship contenders in all of sports. And as I mentioned, I think it's very possible that the Nuggets can finish as the 1 seed. I just don't think they're going to die for it. I don't think they're going to be, if they're 1 game behind the Nuggets, they're going to say, or if they're 1 game behind the Wolves, they're going to say, all right, Jamal, suit up, you're both playing 42 tonight. I just can't see that. But what do you guys think? What do you make of this entire debate and discussion? I put a poll question out this morning. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out in the community tab. I've gotten a lot of great response to that. I just was randomly picking my brain thinking of that question. I appreciate the support as always, guys. If you made it this far, I appreciate your support. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.